Henri Matisse was a French artist who is known for his paintings and collages. He started out his artistic career as a painter, but later he began to lose his eyesight, and it became difficult for him to see his paintings while he tried to work on them. This did not stop him from making art, though. Instead, he found other ways of making art. He became much more interested in the art of collage. Here is an example of one of Matisse's collages. A collage is when an artist uses paper, scissors, and glue to create their art. Matisse used to say that when he was making his collages, he was drawing with scissors. He cut out interesting free-form shapes on his collages. He used a variety of shapes, from geometric, like squares, circles, and triangles, to organic free-form shapes, shapes that look like blobs, leaves, or puddles. These shapes are influenced from nature. Henri Matisse sure is a one-of-a-kind artist. Today, we're going to make our very own versions of Matisse's collages. Now, as you can see, I have a bunch of different colors of construction paper here, and I have my base paper. That's where I'm going to glue the shapes onto. If you are at home and you do not have all of these different kinds of colors of construction paper or a colorful base, you can simply substitute a piece of white paper for your base and then some regular white paper or even lined paper for your shapes. And then you can cut your shapes out and color them later. If you remember, Matisse used both geometric shapes like squares, triangles, rectangles, and circles, and he also used organic shapes. So first I'm starting with some geometric shapes. And I'm not gluing anything down just yet. I'm just kind of organizing them and placing them where I'd like them. I'm not gluing anything down yet because if I want to be able to move them around and change up my design, I want to be able to do that. So I'm starting with geometric shapes, and now I'm going to start creating organic shapes. Organic shapes are shapes that are free-form shapes. They are flowing and have flowing edges and curving edges. So what I'm going to just start doing, like Matisse, is drawing with my scissors. So I'm going to cut this into a smaller piece, and I'm going to start curving my scissors around, kind of like my scissors are on a roller coaster ride. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to start turning my paper all kinds of different ways, up, down, around, back down, back up, curving and turning my paper, drawing that organic shape with my scissors. And there's my first organic shape. Look at that. Kind of looks, if you turn it like this, it kind of looks like a panther or something. If I turn it like this, it kind of looks like coral or seaweed or something like that. So what I'm going to do now is start doing that with more of my colors and see what I come up with. Okay, now that I've got a bunch of different shapes cut out, now I'm going to continue to organize them and arrange them in an interesting way. There is my interesting composition. I'm overlapping some shapes a little bit, and I'm also spreading out some of those colors to make sure that my artwork has balance. So notice how I don't just have all the black pieces over here together, all the blue pieces over here. They're kind of spread out at different sections on my paper to make sure that my artwork has symmetry and balance. Now I'm ready to start gluing down my shapes onto my base paper. Okay, here is my finished Matisse inspired collage. Now, if you used white paper to make your shapes, now would be the time that you could go ahead and start adding some color to your shapes. Use crayons or markers or colored pencils or whatever you have at home. You can also go ahead and add some extra little details around your shapes or on top of your shapes if you'd want to. So what I'm going to do now is just use my black marker and create some smaller shapes around my bigger shapes, just to kind of fill in some of that empty space.